Ouch, my 30s. That's the working title of this podcast show here, guys. My name's DeVal Culpepper. I'm an author. Yes, that's right, an author. How to Manage Your Girlfriend's Wet Guilt. Stand-up comedian and a journalist and a voice actor and a model and a TV actor. I guess that's why my 30s hurt. I haven't chose one fucking profession, and here we are, podcasting in my bedroom in my underwear. Son of a bitch. Yeah, so the premise of this is my 30s came hard. I knew something was going to change in my 30s. I remember being 29 and doing something similar. I was in LA. I was in Eagle Rock, living in an apartment in Eagle Rock. Don't know why I'm talking like Trump. Best people, best burritos in Eagle Rock, let me tell you. Some of the best, my favorite Mexicans. Uh, and I knew I was going to have to make a life change entering my 30s because my luck was going to run up. And I didn't. I continued drinking heavily, driving cross country in old shitty cars, and keeping my interpersonal relationships at a distance. Um, and that comes at a price, guys. That comes at a price. I mean, I don't regret any of those adventures I took as a 20 something, wearing a Hawaiian shirt, blasting through the desert in a 1992 BMW 5 Series. Those are some epic fucking times. Having sex with strange women in strange places, never to be seen again, like an 80s action TV show where every episode there was a love interest, never to be brought up again. Uh, yeah, now my back hurts and I've squandered most of my professional opportunities. But my failure is your opportunity, and I'm trying to figure out ways to pull together all the things I've learned, trying to build myself back again, which, to be frank, has been very difficult. And here's the problem, I think. Like, the jobs that I work, it's like, all right, here's 1 or 2 days of work. Here's $5,000. Go have fun. And this isn't a brag, maybe a little bit, but the consequence of that is like, okay, well, I guess I don't have anything else to do, and then I go back to my normal depressive manic state, which is just to sit, beat off, and play video games. Now, not surprisingly, that is taking a epic toll on my physical and mental well-being. You don't realize that because in your 20s, you're bulletproof. In your 20s, you can just do whatever, sit around, be crumpled up, beat off, and there's not really any consequence, not any immediate one. But now, being in my 30s, I'm starting to feel it. Starting to feel a little tight in places I haven't ever felt tight before. Starting to feel a little more anxious in a way that I never really felt before. But there are ways to deal with this. So I don't know if this is going to be me. And I'm not a doctor or anything like that. I've just done a lot of Googling and tried a lot of shit that. Because, like, again, you take a health class in your, when you're in high school or whatever, middle school, and they're like, okay, here's a banana and here's a condom. Here's how you put a condom on a banana. Okay, this is the only skill you'll need until you're 33. Go enjoy life. And it's like, wait a minute. What else you got? Yeah, I wish people had told me about like you shouldn't necessarily go to a doctor like if you have like back or muscle pain, because number one, what I've learned is that there is no doctor for like muscle pain. There's a doctor for bones and your spine and all that shit, but there's no one who addresses like soft tissue basically. So the person to really go to is a physical therapist, and I wish I had known that the first year of dealing with this bullshit, because I thought a physical therapist was like if you were ejected from a car headfirst into a wall, not just like, oh, you're a sack of shit and lazy. Your fascia has tightened up and has restricted your mobility. I didn't know what fascia was. Fascia is this little web-like crystalline structure that covers our muscles and our organs, and through repetitive strain and abuse or lack of use, they tighten up, and then you get this thing called myofascial pain because it puts pressure on your nerves, so on and so forth. So, ouch, my 30s. And again, all of this could be probably very easily addressed if I just, worked out more and got outside, as I'm literally staring into a forest as I say this right now. But Daddy's become a little bit of a recluse in his 30s as well. So, you can't underestimate the mental health component of this stuff. And I don't know, perhaps I'm the only one dealing with this, but I suspect that I am not. Yeah, I mean that's a long way of saying like I gotta get it together here, guys. But there are glimmers. But that's the beauty of it, though. You know, I started going to acupuncture, and that's like, whoa! How come they don't like recommend this immediately when you have a specific pain of sorts? You know, acupuncture is fantastic for acute muscle sprains and strains and all that kind of deal. But again, you also have to look at like the symptoms of a problem versus the cause of a problem. And most of it, in my case, kind of stems this again from the things I mentioned, just being a lazy sack of shit with no real interpersonal relationships. But not all of us have that, and whether I choose to have that or not is one thing. But some of us simply don't. You know, there are people out there who are just completely and utterly isolated, and that will fuck your shit for sure. But the body's also a phenomenally adaptive thing as well. You know, your body does what you tell it to do. You know, it's just looking at you like, what you want to do? You know, your body is just like a loyal friend who's just like, hey man, you want to go fuck those hookers? Let's go fuck those hookers. Or look, you want to call it a night, get some sleep, hit the gym in the morning. I'm down with that too. What you want to do? So yeah, that's the beauty of it all. Kind of have a headache too. But then again, the first thing I drink in the morning is a cup of coffee. Which, probably should be a glass of water. We make the change, guys. That is the beauty of all this. Pilates is interesting. I thought Pilates was just for like pregnant white women. You know, I had no idea. I don't know why I thought that, but well, it's branded that way. That's why. But it was invented by a soldier in World War I to help soldiers recuperate who were bedridden. That's pretty gangster. Why is it not advertised as that? Like, bed soldier workout routine. Like, I'd do that like immediately, not like some woman with the wool socks up to her kneecaps on a bar. I don't know. No one tells you how to do your 30s. Oh man. I don't know. I might continue this as a series, because there's also the financial aspect of it. Everyone's trying to buy a fucking house and all that, which is like, okay, whatever. But whether it's your credit or investing or starting a business, like there's so many other things we need to be doing with our lives. Because this is the tipping point right here, guys. Like the next 5 years are like make or break. And that isn't to say you can't, make profound changes throughout your life. But let's be real. I don't want to be like figuring it out when I'm 47, being like, hey guys, I got it. I'm all better now. And everyone's like, nigga, I'm married and have kids. Be gone. Like I had a dream last night that, because I'm at my mom's house right now, taking a little hiatus from living. But on this property, it was my grandmother's house, and there's a 5-acre forest behind the house that I always kind of dream of because there's just so much possibility. It's this beautiful, isolated forest. And I had this dream last night that I had built this geothermal spa, and like all my friends and family were there, and there was this little beach, this little pool house in this little secluded forest, and it was just a very like safe, beautiful, warm feeling. And as I get a little bit older, I think about like wanting to create a future, and that, when I was 25, my future was like, I want all the bitches at the Comedy Store to be sucking my dick, which is still kind of my dream. But now I'm also thinking about like, what is it, is my, family taken care of, are my friends taken care of? How do I provide a little bit? How do I provide for more than just myself? How do I provide more than just, I got a BMW and a Hawaiian shirt? Because for like fucking 10 years, that's all I cared about was having a BMW and a Hawaiian shirt. Which again, it's not the case anymore, but I'm trying to think about what other variables exist. So anyway, I had this dream about this geothermal spa, and I'm like, yeah, like I want to build a fucking mushroom hemp growing operation that's like sustainable and like gives back to my family and then the immediate surroundings. And I don't know. It's like when Rick kind of gives up being that badass and just wants to farm and like let everybody else would deal with these zombies. I'm at the Rick stage, but something horrible will happen. I'll freak out and I'll have to go like ham again. So we'll see. I don't know, man. These are just. What are your dreams for the future, guys? What are you thinking about? I see everybody in these like lame relationships, not to, be condescending, but they are lame. A lot of people just date and marry out of like convenience and fear. And I want that to be, I want to do that out of like, man, this person's really fucking awesome. It inspires me. And maybe some people have that, but for the most part, I see the goddamn Instagrams and the Facebook pictures of everyone at their like awkward weddings at some farmhouse in the Hudson Valley. And you look around, you can see the faces in those pictures. No one's really having a good time. They're just like, yeah, okay, I guess this is what we do now. We're all 33 and 35. This is the thing. Okay. It just seems like not authentic. Like when I get married, it's going to be on an aircraft carrier. No, it'll be on the USS Enterprise. We'll all be dressed in Starfleet uniforms. And then a helicopter is going to take us to Monaco, where we're going to play paintball in a casino. See, that's the wedding. That's fun. Everybody will be having fun at my wedding. Once I, fix some other shit along the way. I don't know. So yeah, I guess what I'll do, I'll start reading like things on the internet that are like healthy and positive, I guess. Because I used to talk about politics a lot, and like I still will. But no one gives a fuck. Like no one's mind is gonna change from me being like, hey, look, Obama did a lot of the same things that Trump did, and if you're a frothing at the mouth Trump supporter, well, maybe you shouldn't be. Maybe you should consider that maybe people have some, valid grievances against this administration. But I don't know. I'm a frothing centrist. I believe that no one is right. No one can be right, and that's not how democracy is supposed to work. Would really love to date a girl in the military. That'd be cool. I feel like they're very pragmatic. So yeah, I don't know. Just giving you a little 10-minute digest. This is ouch my 30s. I'll go longer next time, but I have a little bit of a headache. A little stuffy in the head, I think. I've become such a hypochondriac. It's so bad. It's like anxiety is so fucking terrible. I had no idea it would... Because I never knew what a panic attack was. I thought that was like white people shit. Growing up, someone's like, I had a panic attack. I'm like, well, nigga, calm down. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think, health is just so important, man. It's just like, I've realized, like, I drink a lot. And not like, well, I guess there's no qualifying it. I think drinking every day in general is just like, that's not sustainable. Exactly. What's sustainable, guys? What is sustainable? Anyway, guys, this is ouch my 30s. This is a short first episode. But we'll get longer maybe, if you guys appreciate it. If you have questions, if you have things you want me to research, let me know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk to other people about how to get your shit together. Ugh, I hate being inspirational. Bye, guys.